YouTube, today a bonus episode featuring the Cobalion, Shiftry, and Regirock team. If you do enjoy the videos, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. And make sure you try out the team with the rental code on your screen here. You can try it out for 2 weeks before it expires, and the placement is available in the description down below. But otherwise, let's get started and play some games. Hey! Are y'all subscribed to the channel? About 50% of you who watch my videos aren't subscribed to the channel. If you would like to see more cool teams this month, make sure you do so. Thank you. Kyogre, Ferrothorn, Grimmsnarl, Glastrier, Zapdos, and Incineroar. This kind of really reminded me of like... okay, I don't know why. Kyogre, Glastrier was something I used back in the Series A Players Cup. It was a very fun combination. It did have some issues though against Zacian. They got a Zapdos though. Okay, so it's Sun versus Rain. Interesting, because my match really... it's unique here. I think it's a very unique situation. So I kind of want to go with like Charizard Cobalion right at the bat. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Charizard Cobalion right at the bat. Shiftry in the back. Groudon afterward. I think this is the call. Like Regirock's not going to help me. Comfey's not going to help me. I feel like this is going to be the play because I like the Charizard for the fast beat up. We're finally maybe going to get a beat up game with Cobalion. Maybe. Or maybe get a beat up game. Let's see. Because this is a unique situation, I think, depending on what they lead. Because if it's Grimmsnarl, do they have screens? Are they going to go for the Thunder Wave or anything? Is that the Gets' eye piece? I don't know if that's an item in the game. Hey, Grimmsnarl Zapdos, that's fine. It's Charizard Cobalion. I can go into Groudon here if I expect him to Thunder Wave or Scary Face my Cobalion, but I mean, I think Beat Up and Rockfall is kind of fine here. If they trick Lagging Tail, it's interesting. I think I'm okay with that for the most part. They don't have say switch-ins. I guess they have Ferrothorn for the Zapdos and the Grimmsnarl slot, but I mean, I really want to take the knockout on Zapdos if I can. I think it's a really good knockout. So let's see. The weird part is if they trick either my Charizard or my Cobalion, Cobalion's fine. The Charizard slot's the weird part with Thunder Wave, Scary Face. It's just weird because I don't know their moveset. Their moveset's really important here. So we will Dynamax or Cobalion. Let's see. Because if we are able to get this beat up off, it should never... They don't run trick on Grimmsnarl anymore with Eject button. That's only usually a Whimsicott thing because the Whimsicott's fast enough. If it is though, I'm going to be so mad. Hey, they do Dynamax Zapdos as according to plan. Okay, so it just really comes down to what is this move coming out from the Grimmsnarl. Are you Thunder Waving? Are you going for Scary Face? Are you... The Scary Face into Cobalion's fine, right? I'll take the damage if I have to, or Charizard getting knocked out, or the KO into their max. That's perfectly fine. Let's see. Light Screen. Oh, they were worried about Groudon switch and Wildfire. That makes sense. So they were probably not expecting the Scarf on the Charizard. Okay. That's really good for me then, because they didn't get a Reflect Up and they didn't max guard to Scout. I guess they thought they lost too much positioning, which does make kind of sense because with these offense teams that I'm running, because this is like a very fast-paced team, like it would be pretty disastrous if you already lost to Grimmsnarl for not much accomplished. So yeah, we get the beat up Cobalion on deck. Okay, beat up Cobalion's so good because hey, Zapdos. Living on the edge of glory, baby. That should be a KO. Yep. Easy clap. Okay. I've been listening to a bit too much of old pop songs recently, and one of the recent ones that like I listened to was On the Edge of Glory. I don't know what the song is actually called. I don't know. I've been trying to get back into regular music, so I've been listening to more regular music on stream recently, because usually I only watch anime or gaming music. Or, yeah, like anime OPs or gaming music. So that's really all I listen to. So I've been kind of trying to get back into it. But yeah, position-wise, fantastic. Zapdos really just huge threat. Dynamax is gone. Like Cobalion beat up just ended up working out perfectly. They might not have expected the Scarf on Charizard, although maybe a bit more obvious than like my other team before. Like it's still something that might not be considered as much. Yeah, now I just get to go Groudon here and I get to just go for an Airstream, I guess. Yeah, I just Airstream the Kyogre and I go hard into my Groudon. Try taking a knockout on Grimmsnarl potentially, but we'll see. I think just going to Groudon makes a lot of sense here, getting the KO on a Kyogre, or if they switch to Kyogre, that's fine. If they protect, that's fine as well. I got the Sun up, so the Kyogre really can't do any damage, which is like Fake Tears Water Spout if it's like Scarf Kyogre. We're going to see the swap from Kyogre. Good play on their part. Is this instant? No, it's not instant. What is this? Fairforn? Fairforn. Okay. What's the Grimmsnarl going for? T-Wave? Reflect. Okay, makes sense. I have Charizard to deal with the Fairforn, so I'm not really that concerned about it. Go for the Airstream, so I have a +1 on both for the speed, which is really nice. Okay, I think I Sword Stance with Groudon right here, and I think I Steel Spike the Grim here. Yeah, that should be fine. Do I Sword Stance here, or do I just go Hard Shiftry? I feel like Hard Shiftry is fine too. Because like having the Sun actually is kind of nice, I think, for this game. Yeah, I think I'm just going to Steel Spike and Hard into Shiftry. I think that's fine because having the Leaf Storm pressure against Kyogre could be really helpful. They Thunder Wave, finally, that's okay. This is probably Iron Defense. Coming out from Fairforn, okay. So it's not over yet. I'm glad I didn't Sword Dance though. So they did reveal the Thunder Wave, okay. So Shiftry, Defense Rise, shouldn't change much. I mean, oh, I guess the play that I thought in my head didn't work. Oh, they Leech Seed. Okay. Interesting decision. That's fine. I thought the play was like, you're going to Iron Defense here and then set up for like a Body Press KO afterward. But yeah, that's not what happened. And it didn't work anyway because I got a plus defense boost. So they would need a crit anyway. So we're going to see the Kyogre here, which is fine. We always go for a Leaf Storm because Icy Wind and Leaf Storm, we're basically relying on the hit anyway. And as long as we hit the Kyogre, I feel like with one attack is fine. I can also go on to... Actually, I just go on to Groudon. Groudon makes more sense to me. Yeah, Groudon makes more sense to me. You reduce the damage of Water Spout, so close combat has a better shot of hitting the freaking Kyogre. And I'll have a Leaf Storm pressure with the Shiftry afterward too. Yeah. So they're going to forfeit as Cobalion able to take one. And yeah, that's really nice. Again, beat up a little bit. They weren't sure about like what I was going to do because realistically I did have two options there. I could have went for the switch into the Groudon and Wildfire or something, and that was something that they were definitely afraid of. That's what they banked on, but unfortunately for them, I was the Scarf option. I went for the beat up and got the knock on his Zapdos immediately. But yeah, overall, Cobalion able to put some work. Really glad because getting the KOs was really nice with Cobalion, dishing out a good amount of damage and really threatening them. If you currently enjoyed the content you're watching and want to see more of it, make sure you check out my other YouTube channels, my second YouTube channel, my Eclipse channel, and of course, make sure you follow the action live on my Twitch channel. All links available in the description down below. All right, okay. This Zamazenta team with Thundurus, Metagross, Pelipper, Rillaboom, or Shifu. I feel like this is a team that's been posted. I think it's online. It's posted. I don't remember what the sets are other than a Sulfast Metagross. So what do I want to go here? Because this is rain. It's a little bit awkward for me, I think, for the most part. Charizard does really well against this team with the right conditions. I guess it's not Regirock. I mean, we know that for a fact. They have Zamazenta, they have Urshifu, they have Rillaboom, Metagross, and Rain. The only Pokemon that does well against is Thundurus. So I think it's like beat up lead here. I like Charizard, Cobalion lead a lot here. And then I'm thinking like Groudon, Shiftry in the back. I think it's pretty effective for the most part. I really like the beat up strategy here because I think beat ups are really good against my opponent's team. But we'll see because they definitely have answers to it. I'm not really too scared of Metagross. And Charizard just threatens so much if I just go into the Groudon and throw off a Heat Wave. Pretty devastating for them. So let's see how this is going to be approached. Going to be the Thundurus and the Zamazenta lead. Okay. So I do have an option to just go into Groudon and Heat Wave. And I actually really like that option a lot because I don't know if they're going to Airstream turn one or not. But if I get rid of the Zamazenta, seems like a really solid option here. Both of these Pokemon should be faster than my Cobalion too. So I'd probably be able to switch right here. Yeah, I'm going to go Groudon and Heat Wave. I don't see a reason not to. I really don't see a reason not to. I think this is like a big chance for me to get a bunch of damage to their team. The question is what's going to happen in the next turn, because I don't know what's going to happen in the next turn. Heat Wave is just so good here. I guess Zamazenta could protect here, but we'll see. Like, they might not fear this position because I don't know. Maybe it was better to Blast Burn the Thundurus. I guess if Thundurus isn't Life Orb, I could Blast Burn them for free. That might have been the option. But we are going to see a Dynamax come out. Okay. I'm hoping that this is allowing me to get a big Heat Wave off into both Pokemon and knock out the Zamazenta while getting big damage to Thundurus, because that's a really worthy trade. If not, I mean, I still get decent damage into Thundurus, which isn't that bad, but it definitely makes this game a bit more awkward because my beat up strat isn't as effective. Nice. Missing the Thundurus, but I do get rid of the Zamazenta, so that's not really a good trade-off though, assuming they're picking up a knockout, right? Let's see who they target. It is Lightning. Okay, that's fine. That's not too bad. There's Lightning in the Charizard. That's a knockout on Charizard. It's not the biggest deal in the world. I don't know who I'm maxing though. That's now my question. I don't know who I want to max. So goodbye Charizard. It's not a Life Orb on the Thundurus. Is it Lumberry or Goggles or something? I mean, they're gonna go Pelipper, right? I think my play is always to go Cobalion. Let's find out. The weird part is I can't beat up in this position. Yeah, Pelipper comes out, which is okay. I'm gonna go Cobalion here. I feel like the play is always to... They have rain boosted Scalds, which are threatening. I could just protect my Groudon though. It's pretty safe. I could Airstream the Pelipper to break a Sash. I don't know if they Tailwind or not this turn. I'm trying to figure out what my best options are. I think it's protect and go for an Airstream. The question is that the play? Because I could Rockfall the Pelipper, because I just don't think I knock out the Pelipper. That's a problem. It's a weird position here. Because if the Thundurus was weakened, I would have just taken a knock on the Thundurus. But unfortunately, I don't have that option anymore. I think it's either Airstream or I think it's Rockfall here. I'm going to Rockfall protect. Let's see if this is the right option, because I don't think it is, but Rockfall would do a good amount of Pelipper if it stays in. And I don't know, would Rockfall break a Sash? I mean, Rockfall breaks a Sash, but do I KO it? I just don't think I do. I think I missed a knockout. I'm not too worried about Thundurus unless it starts going for Max Knuckle, I think. If it goes for Max Knuckle, it doesn't even do enough to Cobalion, I think, for Max Knuckle and the Airstream to KO, since it's not Life Orb, but we'll find out. I protect Groudon here because I don't want to be like a victim of double target if they expect to Groudon on a hard switch here, which they definitely could. I'm faster than the Thundurus. Oh, that's interesting. They're not max speed. Oh, it looks like Sand does pick up the knockout on Pelipper. That's actually really nice. I didn't think it would because Pelipper has natural good physical defense, but yeah, I'll definitely take that. Hey, rock. What? What? Hey, what rock move does Thundurus get? A, B, what? Wait, why wouldn't you just Airstream? Oh, are you special Thundurus? Oh, is this support Thundurus? It might be support Thundurus. I don't know anything about the team, so I thought it was Defiant, but I'll take it. Urshifu comes out, that's fine. I think I just Airstreamed the Urshifu. I think I saved Groudon and go out in a Shiftry. Oh, I guess it was... Oh, I guess... what is this Thundurus? Is it Thunderbolt Ancient Power? Wait, why do you even need Ancient Power? Is it like... I'm so confused. Like, why would you even need Ancient Power even on this Thundurus set? I know it's probably meant for Charizard's Sun, but like... Went for Max Lightning immediately anyway. So why are you Ancient Power? It doesn't get a physical rock move, right? I don't even know if it gets Ancient Power. I'm pretty sure it's Ancient Power, but I could be wrong. I'm so confused right here. Okay, they Surging Strikes by Shiftry. Looks like they are Choice Scar because they outspent my Cobalion. So this is perfect because Airstream is going to allow me to outspeed this if they don't Airstream here. Which I guess they don't have Airstream because they would have went for it, I assume. I take the big damage into the what's it called? The Urshifu. Get the Speed Rise. Wait, they did have Airstream. What is that Thundurus set? Whatever. This is fine. At the end of the day, we're good. At the end of the day, we're good. So they went for one Max Lightning, one Rockfall, one Airstream. I'm so confused by this Thundurus set. What rock move is it? It doesn't get Stone Edge. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I don't know. I don't think it's Rock Tomb either. So the Thundurus is slower than my Cobalion, which we confirmed earlier. I can go for a Max Knuckle here into the Urshifu, and I'm just going to follow up with a Dark Pulse. Because I'm pretty sure my Groudon just beats the Thundurus like very easily. And we know that the Urshifu's Choice Scarf because it did outspeed my Cobalion and their Thundurus. So you go for Surging Strikes, lock it in the Cobalion, which makes sense because they have to get rid of the Cobalion right here. It is the one damaging right here. But yeah, I mean, I'm so confused, man. I'm so freaking confused by this. Max Knuckle gonna KO the Urshifu, get the plus attack because we don't need the speed boost because we already proved that. Like, unless the Thunder speed ties, but that makes no sense to me. Like, why would we speed tie? Why would you have like 244 investment? Weather Ball. Oh, that makes more sense. I was like, wait, hold on. Was it Weather Ball? Oh, I guess since I Rockfall that turn. Oh, they were water move. Oh, now it makes sense to me. I'm like, what rock move do you get? And then it's like, oh, Weather Ball. That makes way more sense. They were trying to Weather Ball with the Pelipper strat. I'm like, oh. But why do you have Fly then? Is it just Weather Ball as their fourth move? And you have like, I was like wondering because the Weather Ball did like no damage. I guess that's why, because they didn't go for Weather Ball. That makes so much sense now because they didn't Weather Ball the Charizard immediately because Sun was up. Ah, okay, logic. My brain is satisfied now. Now I just have to hit one rock move. Literally only one rock move. And surprisingly, the one that hits is Stone Edge. Goodbye, Thundurus. That was a very strange game, but yeah. I wonder what the item was because I'm pretty sure if I've seen this team before, it's Assault Vest on the Metagross. So I wonder what item I guess it's probably Lumberry then for Sleep Powders. That's what I would guess. Which means Heat Wave would have done a lot of damage. Thankfully, the Thundurus is just wasn't as threatening, I feel like, because I don't have Intimidate on my team. So like their damage output was like very limited, I feel like, in that way. And then I was just able to get like the big knockdowns I was in to prevent coaching stuff, which was pretty nice overall. I was able to get the KO on Pelipper with the Rockfall, which was really good because that basically, you know, KO the Pokemon and no weather for them. And I was able to get the Sun up, which is pretty solid, I think. Well, I didn't even get the Sun up, I think, until like I switched into Groudon, but still ended up working overall. All right, Solgaleo team, interesting with the what's it called? The Spectrier, Incineroar, Grimmsnarl, Zapdos, and the Moltres. I think Charizard lead is just fine, right? Charizard Groudon's pretty safe into like Cobalion Shiftry. That's what I want to go because I think the play here, I don't know what they lead here though. Charizard's really threatening against Solgaleo, so I'm not sure what they bring Spectrier lead. I have no clue. I don't know if the Grimmsnarl has speed control or if it's just screens. I could definitely see it just being screens here. I think overall these are the 4 Pokemon I want to bring. I just don't know if it's in this order. Shiftry Icy Wind could be nice as a lead, but I mean, that's only if like, I guess it can be, right? Because I can get, I mean, no, I just switch in anyway. Yeah, I think this is fine. It's like the Heat Wave damage pressure, I need Charizard as the lead for sure, right? And if I'm expecting the Incineroar, I need the Groudon lead. So if they lead Incineroar, I just get Eject packed out, right? So regardless, it's okay. Yeah, it should be fine. I think it just really depends on, I guess it depends. Okay, it really just depends because I don't know what their lead is here. Like, I don't know the sets on the Grimmsnarl, which is really important. And is it Trigger Solgaleo? That's also another important question to ask ourselves in this matchup. Let's see. It really just depends. Eject, pack, Groudon, coming clutch. It's Moltres Grimmsnarl. It's not what I expected at all. Okay. This is not what I anticipated at all. But I think it's fine, right? I could probably just go Shiftry here and Sword Stance. I don't think that's a bad option. I just don't know if the Moltres... I mean, I think the Moltres has to attack the Charizard, if anything. The Charizard's scary for the Solgaleo in the back. If they decide to bring Solgaleo, they might not have. But... yeah, I mean, Blast Burn's really scary. I have no clue, though. Because this is not the... Double Dark Leaf is not what I expected. Let's go Shiftry. Thunder Wave into the Charizard, okay. Air Slash. Shiftry avoids 2, okay. I'll take it. Free Swords Dance. I'll take it. Beautiful. That's a really solid pickup right here. And we know it's Thunder Wave, so it doesn't have Scary Face. That's awesome for me. I can go for an Icy Wind here into Rock Slide. That just doesn't seem like a bad play here. I also take the knockout on Grim, which is also really good. But yeah, I think I'll go for Rock Slide. It just seems pretty consistent. Oh wait, what's weird here is Incineroar if they bring it in, but they don't. Okay. So they go for Reflect here. That's not too bad. The dodge on the Shiftry really helps. Icy Wind going to come out. Let's see. What kind of Moltres are you? Are you Assault Vest? Are you Policy? Do we get to find out? The speed drop on the Moltres, so Groudon should be faster. Thankfully, they didn't go instant here, but they probably didn't want to risk like me going for Blades there. Here goes Rock Slide. Big amount of damage to both. Really good damage. Nice. Crit on Grim doesn't really affect too much. I feel like Berserk going to activate. We know it wasn't Policy, so it's probably Assault Vest then. And we get the flinch. Ah, that's so bad for them. Yeah, it's so bad for them. But I mean, I'm still clicking Rock Slide and Icy Wind at the end of the day because they don't have a switch in other than Solgaleo, which is fine. I don't think it's worth risking Solgaleo here, but I still have a Charizard in the back to deal with it. Yeah, I mean, probably frustrating for them, but this is very gleeful for me because this position is ideal here. Moltres protects, that's fine. Wait, what's the Moltres item then? If it's not Weakness Policy? Okay. Wonder what you bring in afterward. Icy Wind missed on Grim doesn't matter at all. It's me. Rock Slide connects. Yeah, okay, we're good. If they go instant, it's kind of funny because if they go instant, it procs by Eject Pack. Wait, does it? It does proc by Eject Pack, right? I'm pretty sure it does. Even though I have like a +2 in the stat, it only dropped to +1. Pretty sure. Okay, Incineroar comes out. Perfect. Okay, this is actually pretty ideal. This is actually pretty ideal. Okay, so they'll get the... Come on, give me the Eject Pack. Okay, beautiful. Eject Pack, absolutely stunning here. Because you know what I'll do? I just go hard into Cobalion. Yeah, I just go hard Cobalion and I Steel Spike the Moltres and I beat up. Yeah, that ends up working out perfectly, I think. Yeah, because now I can go for the beat up into my Cobalion and I can Steel Spike the Moltres. They have Reflect Up? They do, right? Yeah, they have Reflect Up. I think I should still KO Moltres to Reflect. And with the Steel Spike boost, I'll live a Flare Blitz in the Sun from Incineroar. And I'll get the +4 beat up if they don't fake out the Shiftry. And they don't have a swap for Moltres. Moltres either goes down, I think, to the Steel Spike. Unless they max here. If they max here, I don't think it's that bad for me. Do I want to Rockfall is the question. I guess I could have Rockfall. Rockfall was kind of safer, right? But I don't know if Rockfall actually KOs the Moltres with Reflect Up if they Dynamax though. Let's just see if the Steel Spike works out or not. Because if we get the Steel Spike off, it's huge. I guess this is where the Air Slash miss does matter now. But then again, we got the Air Slash and the flinch. So Fake Out comes out into Cobalion. Okay, I don't know about that play. I don't know about that play. I don't think that was... Why? Did you think I was just... Were you gambling on me not Dynamaxing the Cobalion? I think it was a very safe Dynamax, personally. But yeah, I am able to get the Cobalion Justified boost. And this should be it for them, because I don't see how they're breaking through this. They wasted their turn on Incineroar. I probably KO with +6 Knuckle through the Reflect. And then it's Solgaleo. Well, I guess I could lose to Sol... No, I don't think I can even lose to Solgaleo. Because I don't think I'll proc Policy without hitting a Blast Burn. So yeah, I KO'd a Moltres here. Get the Steel Spike boost, but it doesn't really matter. So Moltres goes down and... Let's see, should be Solgaleo last Pokemon. I'm just going to beat up again. Go for the +6. And then I'm going to Knuckle the Incineroar for the knockout, I think. Because it's just safer to take the knockout. Because I don't think Solgaleo is really that much of a game changer. Yeah, so I'll take the +6. Because +6 should KO Incineroar through to Reflect. And then I could just go for like Max Knuckle, Close Combats in the Solgaleo. Even if you still spike up, it's kind of too late. I still have a Charizard that's really threatening in the back. Yeah, it's just like not looking good for my opponent at all. Because you have to dodge those attacks as well. They're going to try though. They're going to go for the Dynamax, which is fine. Perfectly acceptable in this position. Let's see, because I'm expecting a knock on the instant. I guess if instant somehow lives, they're in this. But they need like... They need to crit first of all, because they really need crits desperately here in order to take out Cobalion, because they don't have ways to knock out Cobalion right here. So able to get the beat up once again. We're only going to get our +2, but it's fine. I just wish this didn't take so long. Well, the Justify is not going to activate after. Is Justify going to activate? No, it's going to say it's failed, right? It failed to raise the stat point higher. Oh wait, no, it does fail. Okay, perfect, because I already got my stat points. Okay, or my stat raises. We're gonna get the max knuckle off +6. Goodbye instant. Yeah, and I won't even get my attack boost higher because Cobalion already is maxed out. Shiftry will, but Cobalion, you're maxed out, and we're gonna see Steel Spike. Yeah, into Shiftry. Yeah, I could activate the policy on the soul. I guess I think I sack Groudon here, right? Because I think Shiftry in the end game can still provide value with Dark Pulse as my most consistent move against the Solgaleo. So I'm going to go Groudon here and go for a Max Knuckle into the Soul. I could Airstream for the Groudon, but it just makes no sense to me. I'd rather just go for the necessary damage to put in like Dark Pulse range after Dynamax is over, and then I just click Dark Pulse, and then I have accurate move to click instead of like rely on the Heat Wave Blast Burn for the win. So let's see how much this does, because they're +1 defense with Reflect, but we're +6 attack. Yeah, we don't do too much. I'm not surprised. Maybe I should have Steel Spike then. Steel Spike would have been good here. They Quake here into Cobalion? Yeah, that's fine. I think I just Swords Dance with Groudon here. Yeah, I just Swords Dance with Groudon, and I close combat to Solgaleo. Like, at this point, I'm pretty sure that this is a wrap, because as long as I hit one move, and even then, I probably don't even have to hit one move. Swords Dance here, we close combat, or we can bounce. I guess bounce also is effective here. I'll bounce, actually. It stalls out the last turn of max. Then they shouldn't be able to knock me out with Earthquake, because I'm +1 attack. So, yeah. A Calyrex Shadow Rider, the Thundurus, Indeedee, Whimsicott, Incineroar, and the Terrakion. So this is pretty interesting. The fact that they have beat up, I assume, on this team as well. So that's actually pretty interesting to see here. I don't want to go. Shiftry's probably my way to go here. I really like Shiftry in this matchup. I think it does really solid against my opponent's team for the most part. Yeah, I'd say probably Shiftry's the way to go. Do I want to go Regirock in this game, or do I want to set up for Cobalion? Probably Cobalion, right? I could get Trick Room up potentially, but I feel like Expanding Force Calyrex pretty much denies that. So if I'm going to go Shiftry with Groudon lead, I think it's pretty strong here, and then have the Charizard and Cobalion in the back. Let's see how this goes, because there's quite a few things my opponent can do, obviously, and we'll just see. I'm going to just try to play my best, go for the offense. The problem is if I lose a Pokemon early, that's going to really significantly reduce my beat up damage output, because beat up does work in the fact that you need all your mons basically in order to get the +4. Let's see, Terrakion, Whimsicott lead. That's fine, because I lead Groudon plus the Whimsicott. I lead Groudon Shiftry here. I don't know why. All right, so I do want to go for an Icy Wind here. Icy Wind is pretty safe for the most part, and we're gonna go for a Precipice Blades right off the bat. Just go straight for the damage output. They don't really have the best switch-ins. If they go into Incineroar, it's a little bit awkward, but it's fine. We're gonna see the swap out from the into Thundurus, which is fine, because I do have the Icy Wind that's gonna lock into the Thundurus, but it is Defiance probably, so that is not exactly the best case scenario, but it should be okay, unless it's Prankster. If it's Prankster on the Thundurus, it's a lot more doable. But let's see here. We're going to get an Icy Wind off into the Thundurus. Good damage onto the Thundurus, actually. Get a Speed Drop on the Whimsicott and Speed Drop on the Thundurus. Are you Defiant? It is Defiant. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. That's not terrible. I do get Precipice Blades damage into the Whimsicott. The question is, does Thundurus max here? I think that's a big question, because I don't know if Thundurus maxes. All I know is that my Shiftry should be faster than these Pokemon with the Chlorophyll plus Icy Wind strats. So I don't know what I want to go for here this time around. I kind of want to Icy Wind again, but if I Icy Wind again, it's gonna, that means, I mean, I could just Rockfall here. Like, Groudon Dynamax isn't that bad, assuming they don't have Incineroar as the last Pokemon, and I don't think it'd be Incineroar as the last Pokemon. It definitely could be, But yeah, let's just go for a Dark Pulse into the Whimsicott, and let's go for a Rockfall here into the Thunders. If they go into Incineroar, I'd be like very sad, but I mean, this should be fine. I think Groudon should be able to take the attack. We should be able to KO the Thunder since it's already pretty chipped here. And yeah, I shouldn't have to worry about the eject button here. Of course, Helping Hand could be a thing, but I'm pretty sure that Helping Hand won't KO my Groudon right here. Also kind of got to be worried about the Shiftry. The Shiftry is actually kind of a threat, but we'll see. We're going to see what come out from my opponent right here. The Thunders is huge. This is Charm Whimsicott. It messes up. This is Fake Tears. It screws me up. So I'm taking a pretty big gamble here, although I don't think it's Fake Tears and I don't think it's Charm. I don't think it's going to have the room in its moveset. I know we have Tailwind. We saw it's going to be beat up probably on this team. You want to assume it has Fairy coverage because their Shifu looks really annoying. And then maybe Protect. Going to be Dark Pulse coming out into the Whimsicott. Okay, went for an attack. Dark Pulse should KO. Yeah, Dark Pulse KOs, which is pretty nice. Okay, we do KO the Whimsicott here. This should be like Airstream or something. Yep, Airstream into the Groudon. Perfect. Beautiful. It does a decent amount, but it's not like too much damage to where I can't recover. The beat up is no longer a thing. It is the life up Groudon, which is fine, and we are able to get a Rockfall off. This should KO the Thunders at this range, I'd imagine, especially with the Sand Chip. So we are able to eliminate the Groudon. Beautiful. Shiftry, but it's a word. That Icy Wind threat is insane. Critical hit, I do not think that mattered. I don't think the Thunders had any bulk. I guess the concern here is, do I lose to Calyrex potentially? Their Dynamax is over. They do have a Terrakion still available, so I might want to preserve these Pokemon. I think I probably... This is Terrakion. Well, here's the thing. Astral Barrage should not be able to KO my Groudon at this range. They have to double up with like Close Combat plus Astral Barrage. And if they do that, I just take a knockout, I think, and I'll be fine. The question is, I should be able to beat the... I think the only concern is, does Terrakion technically beat me? Because I'm thinking last two Pokemon are Calyrex and Terrakion in the back. If it is going to be the Calyrex, I want to Dark Pulse it, and I want to go for a... Oh, it's Indeedee. They didn't bring the Calyrex. Okay, that means they shouldn't have a chance to win, I think. I think Groudon just wins. I'm like pretty sure Groudon just wins here. Do I sack Charizard here? I guess I sack Charizard. Because Charizard has just no point here. And they wouldn't click Rock Slide anyway. They would click a fighting move. So I'm going to go Charizard here. And I'm going to go for a Max Quake, I guess, into... I guess I just target the Indeedee because it's actually the biggest offensive threat, I think. But it shouldn't be able to touch Shiftry. I'm just going to Quake the Groudon, though. I mean, not Groudon, Terrakion with the Groudon. Because I think it is the best possible play here. We're going to bring out the Charizard. Big Charizard coming out here. We're going to see a Follow Me come out from the Indeedee. That's fine. It should be Close Combat into a slot. Rock Slide is completely fine. They want to go for it, but yeah, Sacred Sword. Okay, interesting move here. Doesn't do anything to Charizard. I am able to get a Max Quake off, which is pretty nice because that's good damage to Indeedee. And I think I could win by setting up, I think, a Sun Endgame potentially. I don't have to win this way, but I think it is the best way. I think I'm going to pivot Charizard out into Cobalion the next turn. Yeah, I think I pivot Charizard into Cobalion the next turn. So I'm going to go hard into Cobalion, and I'm going to go for a Max Quake into the Terrakion, as I'm pretty sure that this is going to be Follow Me and like Rock Slide. But yeah, they're going to forfeit the game. They kind of realize, oh, I don't really have many options against this. And yeah, Shiftry immediately Focus Sash support ends up doing really well on this team. The Icy Wind was pretty big there. It kind of disrupted the beat up strategy because Icy Wind and the Precipice Blades was an option. They didn't know what I was going to do. I also had Fake Out support on the Shiftry as potential options. Just Shiftry gets so many good moves, even though it doesn't have the best stat points. Sacred Sword is interesting. Life Orb on the Thunder set we saw earlier. What's the Whimsicott set? Because that's actually pretty important. It was Moonblast, Tailwind, Beat Up, Protect. Okay. Wait, was the Terrakion was... They had double Protect options. I'm actually surprised. But... yeah, Shiftry was a threat too. I guess they were also worried about like offensive Shiftry because Leaf Storm would have done some decent damage. So yeah, I guess that also makes sense as well. So yeah, overall, just really strong options, I think, from Shiftry, really threatening their team. I was able to slow them down, got rid of their Dynamax Pokemon pretty early in the game, which was fantastic. And then they couldn't really recover because they couldn't really beat the Groudon. So nice. And that is the show. I really had fun. Shiftry, I had two different teams, as I mentioned before, when I first built the Shiftry team back a few months ago. And this was my second idea with Shiftry, and it was a really fun idea, I think. And the fact that Shiftry, two different sets, and they worked completely differently, but was still very solid in the end, But if you did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. And make sure you try out the team with the rental code on your screen. You have 2 weeks to grab the team before it expires. Paste been available in the description down below. And why not check out some of my other videos featuring the other teams that I have used, such as my Nidoqueen team in BDSP. You could also go check out my other stuff, such as my Magnezone Tapu Bulu team, the Sand Excadrill team that I recently used. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day, people. And until we bow again, I'll catch y'all later.